Yo.
Iran has fired 10 missiles toward Qatar and 1 toward Iraq, an Israeli source told CNN. An official briefed on the matter says missiles have been launched by Iran on a U.S.-run airbase.
I don't like that. I don't like it.
The U.S. is continuing to track multiple missiles fired from Iran toward U.S. military installations in Qatar and Iraq, according to 2 officials familiar with the matter.
We know that obviously Hamas and Hezbollah.
I never got a college degree.
All right, Shalom. Let's start saying call Halayim La Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Harakak Wadash Mama. Double honors to the elder apostles, a great millstone, and my elder Heroin as well. Salutations to the Akim that are pushing the truth and sincerity and truth, and peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, I'm Khanaksa Amba Yashara for the Lions in the Yashara camp. And this is another Lions Den news and prophecy. Well, let's get it. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and 1. Says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written on paper, for they are faithful and true. All right. So now, dealing with the series of events that happened over the weekend with the United States sending an attack on um, Iran's nuclear facilities. There has been allegedly a retaliation done by Iran. And it says Iran launches attack against U.S. Air Force Base in Qatar. All right. And where exactly is Qatar? Let's find out. All right. Qatar is. Hmm, Qatar. It is over in the Persian Gulf. It's right off the coast of Saudi Arabia. Yeah. All right. So you know how America took over Saudi Arabia, man. You know what they did to that guy. But so basically, there's an Iranian retaliation against a U.S. Air Force base. So I haven't read the article yet. Allegedly, um, so I haven't read the article yet. But Lord willing, lesson to edify and serve His purpose. For the hopeful elect, the ones that truly believe in the name Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right. It says Iran has launched an attack on the AIUD U.S. Air Force Base in Qatar following strikes on 3 Iranian nuclear facilities over the weekend. Right, we were just talking about that. All right, the elder kind of explained it in his lesson that it would make more sense for America to do this than Iran, not Iran, but Israel. All right, so what it is ultimately is going to lead to a global collapse in the economy, which is going to have people calling for a reset and some sort of new system to be set up, right, to replace the old. So ultimately, we already know that's going to be. That's the Revelation 13 and 16. That's how close we are to getting out of here. And once that happens, that's when all super hell is going to break loose everywhere, not just so everything that everybody's feeling over there in Iran and Israel right now. Like all the videos you see of stuff getting bombed, it's gonna happen here. Well, there's a few things that need to happen first. And like in that article, in that video showed at the beginning, it's one of the clippings was saying how Vladimir Putin met with the foreign minister of Iran, saying they're ready to help um, Iran defend themselves against the United States. All right. So let's read some more on this article. It says a spokesperson for the Qatari Minister of Foreign Affairs said in a statement the Qatar air defense toward the attack thwarted the attack and successfully intercepted the Iranian missiles. All right. The spokesperson also commended the airstrikes, saying Qatar reserves the right to respond directly in a manner proportional to the nature of scale of the blatant, aggressive, and in accordance with international law. And the Qatar cons- considers the strikes a flagrant violation of the state of Qatar's sovereignty in airspace, as well as the international law and the United Nations Charter. All right. So now they say they can respond any way they feel like they respond, even nuclear if they want to, because of the severity of the attack and how it goes against uh the international law of airspace sovereignty or whatever, right? It says Iranian state TV reported on Monday that Iran had begun operations against a U.S. Base outside Doha. A source familiar with the matter also told The Hill that Iran launched 10 missiles at the base. All right, it says the Trump administration is monitoring the situation, a senior White House official told The Hill, as President Trump is set to meet with his national security team following the U.S. attacks in Iran. Right, the White House and the Department of Defense are aware of the closely monitoring potential threats to Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, the official said. And there's another article I got to do a lesson on that Iran said beware of allegedly said beware of attack by sleeper cells. All right, so sleeper cells. Let's get that real quick. So it's trying to really understand what that is. Sleeper cells. All right, all right. A sleeper cell is a secretive group of spies or terrorist agents that remain inactive within a target population until ordered to act. Right. So now Iran talking about they're gonna wake up them sleeper cells. We'll probably do a lesson on that next. All right. So many things popping off. Right. And we're getting closer and closer. Like in another statement Trump said, like if oil prices raise, then these other OPEC nations are feeding into the enemy. All right. So so at the beginning of the article, it says oil prices was going to be affected. Um, and Trump says to keep drilling. All right. So we're joyous to see these things going on in the earth, man. All right. It says the White House and the Department of Defense are aware and closely monitoring potential threats to the Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, the official said. Israel was continuing its strikes inside Iran on Monday. Qatar officials had closed the national's airspace in anticipation of the strikes, citing concerns for the safety of citizens, residents, and visitors. It says the United States Embassy in Qatar had also advised U.S. citizens in the country to shelter in place until further notice, saying the alerts was issued out of an abundance of caution. All right, so it's heating up over there, man. Sirens also sounded in the Gulf country of Bahrain. The Interior Ministry said the statement on X. The government urged residents to remain calm, head to the nearest safest place, and use the main roads only when necessary. Bahrain hosts several U.S. naval assets, including the headquarters to the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet and U.S. Naval Forces Central Command headquarters for anti-mine vessels and two logistical support ships, as well as U.S. Coast Guard vessels, are docked in Bahrain, according to AFP. Okay. All right, so now what happens next? We wait and see. But it's like I said before, it's gonna be ultimately pushed towards a global collapse, right? And, like the elder said in the last video, once some investors start pulling away, it's over. It's gonna totally collapse the system, and only for them ultimately to bring forth the new system, and bringing forth the new system, America's gonna have to take the back seat because but America's not gonna want to do that. So ultimately, they're going to have to go to all out war. See that? So, because if there's a new system set up, nobody's going to want America to be the front runner to that, because of how they've been using the dollar to steal resources and oppress other nations. So now they want a new forerunner. That's why it's being you have the BRICS nations that are being set up. You have Russia's being set up like to be Russia and China being set up to be like kind of like the conglomerate that NATO and the EU and America are. But what little do they know that they're going to be destroyed within the midst of this also. See that? So while they're thinking that when this whole reset happens that they're going to have next, no, the Lord's against them too. Even though the Lord's using them. That's in Ezekiel 38. He said he is against Gog and Magog, Lamb, the Meshach, and Tubal. And we're told to prophesy against it. But yeah, Russia's going to be brought forth as the bear to be fully equipped to take down America. But they're still not, within that, they're going to be destroyed also. This whole system is going to be destroyed. There's going to be a righteous regime on. So if they want regime changes, the Lord is going to do the ultimate regime change. A righteous regime on earth, man. All right, Lord willing, this lesson edified serve its purpose for a hopeful elect, the ones that truly believe in the name of Yahweh Shema Shai. I just want to put that out there a little bit, get a little update on what's going on with the situation that happened over the weekend. Keeping a watch to see what happens next. All right, with that, I'd like to say, Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Harikak Wadash, Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles, the great millstone, and my elder Heroine as well. Salutation to the argument that are pushing the truth, sincerity, and truth. And peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Shem Shai. Shalom.